Okay, so in every one of our 6 pie shops here in Metro Detroit, we have freezers. And I want to tell you what's being sold out of these freezers here. We have our Hello Good Pie line, and that is a frozen raw 9-inch pie, along with our chicken pot pies as well in that version. So I told you about how we bake a 9-inch pie from a frozen state in a previous video. You might want to catch that if you're coming in to buy one of our savory pies. We've got chicken, lobster, spinach pot pies, and then our Hello Good Pie fruit pies are in here as well. But we also have our soup, Achatz soups from scratch. My brother-in-law Steve started this business. My daughter Ariel owns it now, so they've got about a dozen different flavors of soup in here right now, all made from scratch. They're just delicious. The Hungarian mushroom is an award-winning soup. That's my favorite. Another thing that we have here in the freezer is the frozen, fully baked 10-inch pie. So I'm going to take this pie home and show you how to warm up this pie from a frozen state. So here at Achatz Pie Company, what we do when we have leftover pie in the evening, and it's not very often that we have a whole lot of leftover pies. We're baking the right amount of pies usually every day. But if we do have a whole lot of pies left over, we wrap up this pie really well and we put it in the freezer and we sell it for $2 off. So our loss, your gain. Some of the other things that we do with our pies at the end of the night is they're cool enough now to slice properly, or we will even put them into half pies like I showed you earlier. So if we have too many pies and our freezer is full, that's when we donate to Gleaners or the food gatherers here in Michigan. And that's our local soup kitchens. All right, so now here I am in my home kitchen. And I have this Dutch apple pie that I got out of the freezer up at the pie shop. And I want to toast it up. I've got company coming over later on today. So I want to show you how to take a frozen pie and warm it up properly, toasting it through and through. I want to make sure that you get this pie warmed up. All right, so here we go. This was in the freezer, and the girls up there in Armada had wrapped this up in saran wrap. So I want to make sure that you take off the saran wrap, the film, before you put it in the oven. Now, the oven is preheated at 250 degrees. So we're not looking to rebake or cook this pie. We're just looking to toast it up. So I'm going to put it on this oven guard to warm this pie up. And this is really cool. We sell these in our shop. It's got a hole in the middle so that when I place this pie on top, I'm going to be able to get some heat hitting the bottom of the pie because of that hole. It's going to allow the heat to really penetrate. And if you are baking a pie from a raw state, like from our Hello Good Pie line, then you're going to want to use this to catch the drippings and the boil out as well. So this works really good to protect your oven from all the boil over and the drippings that will come from your pie. But like I said, this pie is already fully baked. It's just frozen, so we just need to reheat it. We won't be seeing any boil out. All right, so let's throw this pie in the 250-degree oven. Okay, so this pie is warm and ready to serve. Nothing like warm apple pie with ice cream. So another way to reheat a frozen Achatz pie is to use your grill. So everyone's doing a lot of barbecuing, a lot of grilling now in the summer. It's hot. Maybe it's too hot to turn your oven on in your kitchen right now, and you're outside grilling. So we have a gas grill here, and I'm going to put this pie in that grill once the grill is turned off. It's about 400 degrees right now, so the residual heat from that grill will lower and slowly defrost our frozen pie. But to prepare the pie for that grill, again, I'm going to go ahead and use the oven guard if you want, but it just makes it easier to take in and out of the grill. And being that the grill has just been shut off and it's still pretty hot. I don't want to burn the edges of my pie. Now, like I said before, 250 degrees is an optimal temperature to defrost this pie. And it will take about an hour, hour and 15 minutes, maybe even an hour and 20 or 30 minutes. You just want to make sure that this pie is totally warmed up through and through. So now we've got that hot grill out there. Now what do we do? Well, I'm going to use my pie shield here to cover the edges of the pie. Don't want to burn the edges. I'm going to pop this pie into that grill, and we're just going to see what happens as that temperature slowly lowers. And in about an hour and 20 minutes, when it's time to serve dessert, this pie will be perfect. As you can see, this is a really old and well-used pie shield that I have used many times to cover the edges of my pie. But if you don't have one of those at home, I'm going to show you how to cover the edges with some tin foil. And this is an old trick that I learned 26 years ago when I first started in the pie business. So you're just going to rip off probably 3 strips of this tin foil. I don't know, is that about 3-inch wide strips? And we're just going to cover the edges. I'm going to pinch them together. Yep, I did need 3 strips. Okay, it's ready. Okay, so we just brought this hot pie in from the grill. It is ready to serve. You can very gently and carefully remove this tin foil from around the edges. And I can remove it from the oven guard. It's ready to serve. So years ago, we had my mother-in-law Irene over, and we were grilling outside. And I did just what I had explained earlier. We had put the frozen pie into the barbecue grill and just let it slowly defrost. It just crisped up in the barbecue grill. It was perfect. About an hour and a half later, we took it, we served it. It was a cherry pie. My mother-in-law Irene said, "This cherry pie is better the second time around." So I was really happy to hear that. I got a total thumbs up from Irene. So why don't you let me know how you reheat our pie? What are your best methods? We'd love to hear them in the comments below. Okay guys, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, share it with a friend, and give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you next Wednesday.